Well, I not only love trains and cars, but I also love engines. And more specifically, Chevrolet engines. Like this small block 350 here. This is a 1/6 die-cast model. This is a high output 350. Lots of detail on here. Oh, we gotta look at the sunset just for a minute, because it is beautiful here in Western Mass. This big snowstorm that we were supposed to get was a flop in Western Mass anyway. We got nothing here, but I've heard that Eastern Mass really got a lot of snow. But anyway, that's a nice view, and unfortunately the camera really doesn't do it justice, but anyway, you get the idea. I get some good sunsets here. Back to the engine. This is a Liberty model. Really nice looking. You can always tell the classic small block the way the exhaust manifolds are. Looks nice. Even moves. There we go. The Chevy small block came out, the first one, in 1955. There's several versions of small blocks, as most of you know. Most of you are most familiar with the 350. But it started in 1955, as I mentioned, with the 265. Then in 1957, it was the 283. And then shortly after that, the 327. And then the 350. And then in between times, there was, actually in 1967, they made a 302 for the Camaro. There was also a 307 that didn't stick around long, around 1970. Then after that, they experimented with some more engines. In 1975, they had a 4.3 liter, 262 cubic inch small block V8. Didn't stick around only that year. It was an experiment. And then in 1976, they came out with the 305. And then after that, in 1979, I believe it is, they also did another small block, real small one, a 267, which only stuck around a few years because of emissions problems and other things, I believe. But it was basically the 350 that was the winner. Also, there was a 400 small block. The problem with the 400 is the cylinder size was so large that there was no water jacket between the cylinders, so it would tend to run hot. So a lot of people today make what they call a 383 stroker. They take a 350 bore that has the water jacket around it and put a 400 stroke, giving it 383, which is a screamer engine. So let's crank this thing up. I want to hear what it sounds like. Okay, so let's crank her up. Love it. Ah, there's nothing like the sound of a Chevy engine. I love them. Someday I'm going to own one of these.